YeahThisMilk starring
Jeronimo speaks, south side of Chicago. Let's go. You are now witnessing something unseen on the scene for centuries. I didn't go looking for this gift, it was sent to me. I'm sick, you tell me what these symptoms mean, and every sentencing is like a sentencing. So judge these patterns. My whole family full of monsters. I'm Pugs, the Atoms. I know I'm said a lot, but I know I'm the ish. You can smell the scent, but unfortunately I ain't had scent since penny candy was a scent. They say, Jay, how you know you the best at it? Cause I'm real and most of these cats synthetic. Plus there's a difference between being poetic and just being poetic. Moving on. When I spit, it's like apocalypse come from these pack-a-lips. But nowadays it's all politics and power trips. J. Cole and won't be shaped like dried up Play-Doh on Play-Doh. And Pops, I'm trying to be a leader like Wildwood or Fago. The hater says a phase though. The believer says only phase one. But I'm more than occasion. I've been blazing this pavement. The boss what I'm raising. They want me to drop like a raisin in the sun. Dream deferred by boo. They don't know my true colors, Langston Hugh. With these shows, I'm more wanted than a jihad. These bars come to the G kinda odd, but together, God, I'm out of this world. Married to another planet, prenuptials in Neptune. Personal life on to the next soon. I'm cleaning up the gang, so no need to back whomever. I said I'm cleaning up the gang, so no need to vacuum, whatever. See, it's a plethora of confectioners, these bars are sweeter than. And if anybody think different, then lead them in, lock the doors, leave them in, and watch them come out testifying by the end of the evening. Fact, I'm winning, ain't no perceiving it, but when you calculate as the prime number, ain't no way to even it. I'm hot, my work ethic is feverish, and I get more notice than a serve at a hookah bar with a fever bliss. Peep the spit, speaker spit, I'm easy it. Y'all put y'allself in the box, keep the rap, and I keep the gift. True, I'll be a prophetized, so that was never prophesized in a prophet's eyes to be a prophet, guys. I just recognized and wrecked it, guys. Saw things different, there's a difference between specialized and specialized. Before I leave this earth, I will be posterized. I'm supposed to rise. I was sitting here to put something on your cranium. I ain't the strongest, but unbreakable like titanium. So yeah, I think I'm sick with this quill and ink. And if I'm not, then let me think what I think. You know what I mean? Jeronimo, Southside, let's go.
Get 'em.
Hey.
Tell us about, you said Chicago Southside. Tell us about, make me feel like I was raised with you. Explain how it is in Chicago.
I mean, with me, I mean, you start only boy, three in the house, three sisters plus my mom's. So, you know, I grew up in the hood. So when I say South Side, I'm from particularly the low end on the South Side. And man, and that's where all of the a lot of the projects is at, and they call it the low end because the numbers are low. I grew up on 21st and State Street, and then like you go 22nd, 23rd, 24th, all the way up, and so it was just the rows, like blocks and blocks of low income housing projects or whatever you want to call them. And I grew up in poverty. You know, I grew up searching for a role model, different father figures. I grew up like, you know, being influenced by my neighborhood, the blocks, and just the crazy that go out there, you know. My mom, she is a strong black woman. You know, she raised me like the best she could, you know. There's only so much you can do when you're the only boy in a house with a lot of women. Like, people gonna test you, the streets gonna test you, and you either gonna rise or fall, sink or swim, you know. And so my life, my younger days were full of a lot of turmoil, fighting, aggression, just confusion, you know, until I, you know, became an adult. And I didn't become an adult when I was 18 or 21. Like, my adulthood, I like to tell people it was like when I was 27, you know, which wasn't that long ago. You know, when I grew up, I finally became a man, started understanding just the ways of life working, and just created goals for myself, you know.
Right, how did you shake off, because you said that you basically, at 18, 20, you wasn't a man. Yeah. Or how did you shake that? How did you basically train your thought process to become the man that you are now?
Well, I was born with the ability to be a sponge, and so what I had been presented, it wasn't nothing influential. I didn't have anything around me that made me rise above the occasion or aspire to be like more like diverse in my thinking. I only hear what I hear around me. You know what I mean? And that was the block. That was my guys. That was serving. That was fighting. That was gunplay. All that jail. All that. Like, you know what I mean? So I grew up. Once I went around a new environment, I'm a sponge. I was a sponge from the day I was born to now. You know, it's just what you put on me. You know, I'm a person that's gonna evolve with the times. I'm like, I'm not gonna be the person that go extinct. I'm always rise above, and when I became a man, my environment changed. I was around men. You know what I mean? Real men, who did things different. Which at the time I was frustrated. It was a good thing, bad thing, because once you get to a point where you're around real men that walk, talk, think differently like men, everything is irrelevant.
Right.
You know what I mean? I can't.
Because
I know how to throw these hands. It don't matter.
Right.
You know what I mean? I know how to. It's irrelevant. Your ways in the streets. It's just you walk into a room and none of that matters.
Most definitely.
And you got to strip down to everything, and you got to be vulnerable, and you gotta, and you gotta grow.
You basically saying you gotta become a full human, because basically, correct me if I'm wrong. You saying that me too. When I was younger, like you taught lie, and then you start being around the truth.
Exactly. Yeah. Like, you taught savagery. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you got to be a savage in order. When you in the jungle, you're going to do what the lions do. You know what I mean?
Or the gorillas do.
Or
you're going to get ate.
Yeah, you're going to be predator or prey. You feel me? And so when you get into a new environment, it's still a jungle, but, the gorillas are building generational wealth now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Instead of beating on their chests, like it's just different circumstances, different environments. And and then the most embarrassing thing, like, is you get into a conversation or a group conversation that you just ignorant about. You just shut up and listen because you don't know. And that happens so often that you like, yo, I gotta
step it up.
Yeah, I gotta step it up. Like, you get into around a group of men that don't brag about their conquest, how many women they slept with, but they brag about how they paid their mortgage off. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, it's different. They brag different. I'm like, I want to brag like that.
Most
like,
definitely.
You know what I mean?
Most
like,
definitely.
You know what I mean?
Most definitely.
Like, so I started to at 27, I started to seek knowledge and understanding. You know what I mean?
Let me ask you, how you say your environment changed. Tell me, what was the environment change, and tell me, how did you get around this group of men, this circle of men? How did you tell me about the change?
I'll say this. It was, and I just don't want to put it on me. It was women and men.
Okay, almost definitely.
Actually, it's with poetry. Yeah. You feel me? I started doing poetry, and it put me in these different types of rooms. And at first, I kind of rebelled a little bit because I just was doing what I knew. I know aggression. I know like that, but
that's easy. Aggression's easy.
It's easy, right?
I know.
It's easy. Like somebody saying something to you that you disagree with, and you not want to like punch them in the face. Yeah, it's like
harder.
Yeah,
I know. I know.
Like, you know what I mean? And so when you gotta maintain self-control at all times, because in this poetry world, I learned that words are the most powerful things, but they're just words. And I'm a person that, your word, you gotta know your words are your actions.
Most definitely.
When you say it, stand on it.
Yeah,
because I'm going to stand on it.
Most definitely.
But poetry, a lot of people ain't like that.
A whole bunch of thinkers in this book.
Yeah, it's like, well, I said it, but, I was just manifesting it.
Right.
Not actually going to do it.
Right.
I'm sorry. But that's to come from the street. Like you say it, you got to stand on it, be it good or bad. And so when I got into the poetry world, I got around some strong Black people that look like me. You feel me? The women were like just different, bro. Like they were different. Like queens with locks and like that's really in tune with they melanin and they history and submission ain't a cursing, it ain't profanity. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
They'll submit. They're strong enough to walk on their own, but they'll submit to a king. You feel me? Like, I'm like, I want to be a king. Like, submit to me. Like, you feel me? And so, like, it's just different.
That real shit.
Yeah.
The
like,
real shit.
Yeah, you know.
A lot of times we taught real shit. The real shit they taught us in the hood is fake shit.
It's all fake. It doesn't apply.
It doesn't at all.
You can't, like, if I walk in, you know what I'm saying, with some Yeezys on, or, you know, with some Balenciagas, all that, like, you feel me? It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
that don't matter. You know,
what's in your head is the most important thing.
Exactly. And just being a man, just walking as a man, you know, it's that's what matters to the queens out here, you know, and the kings, like, you know, the queens will recognize, they will cut, like in Chicago, I don't know how it is out here, but in Chicago, like, some of the strongest poets are queens, you know what I mean, are the queens.
Oh, it's like that out here too?
Yeah, and they will identify the fakeness in the man, like, they were like, nah.
Yeah, what no poem written about you, boy.
No. I know some sisters that'll call you up, like, hey, yo, look, check it out. Like, you be like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and that's the key word, accountability. You know?
Yeah.
And so
I like that.
Yeah, you want me to be? I'm gonna be accountable, but I'm gonna be accountable to, like, a way where if you got a problem with me, or grief, or anything issue with me, I'm accountable at all times for my actions. So you gonna get a mental, or my bad, I ain't mean to offend you. You know, and it can stop there. You feel me? Like, you know, just try to be real in my walk. You know.
You know what's funny? What you said, like the part when you said, you know, just the aggression part. Like, I understand that part. Like, it's easy to do something harmful opposed to. I mean, not now. My thought process is much more. But at one time, it's still times to this day when people do certain things. I be thinking in my mind, like, if you really knew what I was and you know how I move, you wouldn't even play with me like that. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I don't go there because I'm smart enough to know not to go there, because I know the average person not willing to deal with the shit you willing to do. They not willing to go there where you go.
Yeah, it's like you like my thing is, you can decide how it starts. Yeah. But I would decide how it finish.
Most definitely.
And most people ain't willing to take it to where I'm willing to take it. Most definitely. You know what I mean? Faye saying, I would die for my respect.
Most definitely.
Die for my respect.
Most definitely.
But before I die, I would rather kill.
Right, right. I mean?
So, like, you know what I mean? It's like, chill, people. You know what I mean? Chill. Like,
but the other thing is this: when you, like you said, when you start using your words, you realize I can just kill you with this pen if I want to. I can fuck your whole life up if I really want to.
Well, you know, like, also let's like bring it in the 360 view. So where I've came to, like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't really deal with a lot of issues because in the portrait scene, Chicago particularly, because I came in
with respect.
Well,
respecting.
I came in aggressive.
Oh, okay.
I said, I started growing once I got on the portrait scene.
I got you.
So the people who've been around,
they know you're a chicken time bomb still.
They know the potential. Okay. It's like, oh well, like, it's a roll of the dice. So it means, like, well, I could diss Jeronimo when he can respond back with a poem, or he may not.
Right.
I got to deal with both of them. So usually people don't really want to, you know what I mean, test the waters. But like I was saying, like, in a 360 view, you know, I believe that you give respect. Right. I don't believe you gotta earn respect from me. I'm gonna give you respect because you're just a human being.
Most of
everybody walking. And so if there is disrespect in the air, then we can't talk about it. We can't talk about it. Yeah. And if we can't come to a conclusion, you know what I mean, on it, then maybe you're just not for me. Mm-hmm. You know?
I agree.
And but if you want to be like, I'm never gonna be prey, I'm never gonna be the victim. Mm-hmm. So if you want to persist, then we can match energies. You know, I can match your energy, you know, and then we'll see what comes. But I prefer not to, because it's so time consuming. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, it's like,
and it's draining.
Yeah, like like, I've been in situations on the portrait scene where I looked up and a year done passed and I'm still dealing with the same situation. Right. You know what I mean? It's like,
but can I say something? When I was asking that question, I wasn't just putting it in portrait. I'm talking about just in general.
Life,
in general. I'm just talking about people in general.
Yeah, like, you know, I stay on the south side of Chicago. Like, literally before we left, I literally pulled up and somebody had just got shot. Like the cops weren't even there yet. Like the cops and the ambulance wasn't even there. The dude was just stumbling out of alleyway, just got shot 6 times. Like you feel me? And I'm just like the environment that I'm in. I was like, yo, that's crazy. And then I went about my business.
Right,
you feel me?
right.
Like, and it's like, well, not the ambulance, the cops said got called, but most people don't live in a world where that's a possibility that you may walk out your house and see somebody with 6 bullets in them. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I gotta respect the fact that we ain't the same. I gotta respect the fact that you are seeing my docile energy, my passive energy. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I gotta respect the fact that you aren't fully equipped, you know what I mean, to deal with anything else.
Most definitely.
So people was like, I don't like, my brother be telling me all the time, like, oh, you got 2 kids, 1 or 10. Like, you know what I mean? Because when I'm at 1, I feel like these, you're not even worth the energy of 10. But if I feel like, if I'm at a 10, oh, you're a worthy adversary. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And the thing is, in my mind, is like, I don't like the 10 part because if I let 10 out, I can't control this motherfucker. This motherfucker willing to do any goddamn. He willing to do anything to prove his point. I don't like him out. But when you let him out, he like, nah, Marshall. I try to let your motherfucking bitch ass handle the way you try to handle it. I'm here, Milk here to handle it. You sit your ass down. You're like, no, let me go. I think they get it now. Come back. Like, nope.
Well, Joe Budden said it best. Like, you know it's real when a smart nigga gets stupid. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Joe that dude.
Yeah, I rock with him. Like, you know what I mean? And so I try not to get stupid. I literally try to I self-blame. I'm like, what did I do?
Yeah.
You know, let's talk it out. You feel me?
Yeah.
Or let's just avoid each other. You know? But I am somebody. If I say it, I do it. You know what I mean? And if I speak it, I'm like, you know what I mean? Like, hey, so just chill. Like, let's chill.
My motto is at this stage of my life is I do not want to use ignorant energy on my people. That's my thought process. Like, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
It's just a lose-lose. Even if I win, I still lost.
Yeah, I mean, it's
you know what I mean? It's a lose-lose.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like I don't have time. You know, you feel me? Like I said, I started late in the game, like 27. You feel me? As far as just life, like my life, like up to 27.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah,
and you did, but you didn't because the thing is, you got to realize, like, yo, where we come from, we working with damn near nothing.
That's a fact.
So for you to even be where you at, doing shows all the time, like. I be telling me and my cousin be talking like, yo, you got to give yourself props for what we come from. We come from nothing, bro.
Yeah.
And think about all the people that got killed growing up with you. You write down all the people that died that we went to school with. So to me, for man and man, like, no, you. And I just started thinking about how many people that's your age you grew up who still ain't grown up yet.
That's true. That's true. And I know a bunch of them. Like, you know. So yeah, and like, you know, and that it's like that big city mentality in a small town. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like at 27, I came into this mind state of get it. Get it by any means. No grind, no shine. You gonna get to it. You know, you gonna get to. Like, at first, I wanted stable income. Now I'm at a place where, like, you know, at 27, I was like, oh, I need to just get to a place where I just have stability. You know what I mean? But now here, I'm in my 30s now. Like, now I'm at a point of, I want generational income.
Most definitely.
I can punch somebody's clock and be stable. You know what I mean? I want my kids to be able to eat off of what I'm doing. You know? So.
Is that how you came up with the Think magazine?
I didn't come up. I just featured on it.
Oh, you were just featured because you know what? It was funny when I looked at it. It said the way it worded, it made it seem like you was the owner.
No. They actually, I don't even know where they based out of. They hit me up and they were just like, "Yo, we would love to do an article on you." And then, you know, they sent me over the questionnaire. I answered it. You know, it was dope though. Like, I like the Ink magazine because. Like, they had all these, like, these questions, these quizzes about me that I was just like, I forgot. Like, you know what I mean? I was like, yo, 2013, Jeronimo posted this. What was the reason? I was like, What's the reason like they did an in-depth article.
Right.
I love a good interview.
Speaking of 2013, you got the award for the most creative poet.
Yeah.
How you feel? How I feel to get that?
I mean, it opened up something that I'm still trying to keep under control. Like I started winning awards.
Right.
I started like. I love awards, you know what I mean? Like I love winning things. It's just representational of like your grind, like your push, you know. But I want to win them because I deserve them.
Most definitely.
I don't want anything
that you don't deserve.
Yeah.
So if you saying if you there, but you know another motherfucker grinding harder than you that year, you like you feel like you cheated them there.
Yeah, it's like I mean, because I learned quick like the awards come with like politics. You know what I mean?
It does.
It's so political. But
sometimes features come with politics.
Features come with
that's a whole bunch of shit. This whole shit.
I mean, I know that for sure. I've had a lot of people call me up and say, "Hey, Jeronimo, we want a book, blah 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 blah. What you think?" Last night, I just said somebody asked me like, "Hey, Jeronimo, I'm thinking about working with this guy from Chicago. What you think?" It's all politics, you know. You know, and I'm one of the people like, man, we all eating. Even if I don't rock with you, it's been people that I don't rock with, I don't mess with.
Right.
Somebody like, yo, I'm thinking about doing this with blah 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 blah. What you think? I be like, hey, yeah, like yo, he dope, she dope, whatever. Like, you know what I mean? They definitely gonna give you a bang for your buck. Like they gonna rock out at your show. Right. They're a perfect fit for what you're doing. I don't never like rule number one. I don't never believe in taking money and food out of another man's mouth. You know what I mean?
Most definitely.
So it's all politics.
So let me challenge you on this. Do you let's say you know for a fact this person dope, but they grimy, they slimy. Would you say if you had a real relationship with the person who's calling, you say, yo, they dope, but just be on point?
Well, no, I'll go even deeper than that. They dope. But the last time they did this, the other, like you know what I mean? Now, like
that's now it's on you.
Yeah, now it's on you to do. Like I'm not to a point like I don't believe in taking money out nobody's mouth, but I ain't into nobody getting got over. Like you know what I mean? Especially on my name, like it's to your own discretion. They dope, they fire, they come with the bars, they got a fan base, they got a, you know what I mean? They'll push, they'll promote, but they may not show up to your event. They may take your deposit and run off with your event. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because that's what they did last time. You decide if you want to proceed, you know?
Most definitely.
But you got to just be, like, transparent, you know?
Did you, Dopest on Earth?
Oh, Doe, yeah.
No, the Dopest on Earth, Dope Summer, is that your album?
No.
Who album is
Doe,
that?
it's
Doe. You know what's funny? I put your name in, did a search.
Yeah, so Doe is like.
Do he got you featured on that?
I am. I'm a feature.
Okay. That's why I popped up. Okay.
Yeah, he Doe. He actually not only think Doe rapping no more. Like he be his name is he called himself Doe, but Dope is on Earth is his name.
Okay.
And he hit me up like, yo, Jeronimo, I feel like your style of poetry go well with my hip hop, and I want you to jump on this project. You know what I mean? And he definitely he a good dude. Like I don't know if he rapping like when I be checking him out. Shout out to you, though. He doing the camera thing super heavy.
Oh, okay.
Like he ain't even a video. He like shooting movies or something like that. You know. So though he but I think like what I am on the last project that I put out was called The Gordian Eye.
Oh, what about Spoken Hip Hop?
Spoken Hip Hop was my first project I put out. Spoken Hip Hop was my first. Psalms of the Street was my second. Gordian Eye was my third. And October 17th, I'll be putting out another project called Heaven Speaks. Shout out to Black Heaven. We just literally dropped the flyer the day before yesterday, and the event sold out in 2 hours.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah.
That's dope.
So we actually, by the time it's coming out, we gonna drop another. We gonna do another show. So we're gonna do a 2-day show. I mean.
I'm jumping forward. Let's rewind back.
Let's get it.
How long you been writing?
Writing. I started writing. Alright, so it's kind of twofold. I started doing hip hop when I was like 16. You know what I mean? But it was like all battle rapping freestyle. Like, you know what I mean? Just rapping, freestyling to beats, things like that. When I actually was like, oh, let me try to pick up a pen and see what I can do, I was like 18, you know, when I started just writing hip hop. And so I've been writing since I was like 18. You know?
That's dope. What made you start writing?
So when I at 16, like my mans and them, like they just started. Like my sister had always been like into hip hop. She used to give me like different CDs, tapes, and stuff like that.
What's
and
some
she was rapping.
What's some CDs she used to give you?
My first CD tape actually I had got was the Miseducation of Lauren Hill.
Oh, okay, that's some good shit.
That was
that
was my first, and then I listened to that over and over. Then she had gave me a CD. I think it was The Reason by Beanie Siegel.
Oh yeah, she giving you that shit.
It was fire.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Yeah. And then she had came and she had let me hear Hit 'Em Up. It was like Hit 'Em Up by Tupac, and it was me and Bonnie and Clyde. Me and my girlfriend, lost in this world with nice. Like, you know what I mean? She let me hear them joints. And I was like, yo, like, it was like dumb. So I was like, I wasn't really into hip hop like that. I actually really didn't even care for it like that when I was a shorty, you know?
What you was listening to at that time?
Nothing.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't
Just
really
probably playing the video games and stuff like that.
Nah, I wasn't into
You out ripping and running.
Let me see. Yeah, I was
You like, man, I can't think back that far back.
Yeah, like, nah, I remember I really wasn't into, I know I wasn't into hip hop like that. Music really wasn't like something that I developed a passion for. But then when she started letting me hear this CD, I never heard anything like it caught my attention. So I was kind of walking around a mixture of confusion because you got Lauryn Hill, like the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill, then you got Beanie Siegel, like they just talking about totally different stuff. Then Tupac in it, and then after that, my stepfather he had came and he gave me a book of CDs, and it was every last CD that DMX had put out.
Oh snap!
And it was a rap after that. Like the DMX, then Jay-Z, which is my favorite artist. Like, it was a rap, and then I was lucky because I was late in the game with hip hop. So these iconic CDs, I was experiencing them back to back for the first time,
right.
And I was just
like you getting high.
Yeah,
it's like it's dope.
Yeah. So what made me and then my friends and them around the same time, like I walked up and they just rapping, you know, and I'm like, what y'all doing? They're like, yo, we're rapping. And I'm like, well, I want to rap, and then I was.
Yo, the voice changed funny as shit, bro.
Yeah,
I want to rap.
Yeah, exactly. And they just we was battle rapping. They used to kill me every day, destroy me. I used to like, I'll be back, you know, and then eventually I started winning, you know, and then we just freestyle for hours, beat after beat after beat, freestyling, rapping, poetry. I mean, not poetry. Poetry didn't come till later, but like. And then when I was 18, what made me start pick up the pen, my stepfather, he was like, yo, he like, for your birthday, I'm gonna get you some studio time. So have something. You know what I mean? And then I was just like, all right, bet. And then I just
was he hearing you at the time? Like, did he know you was dope?
Or
was you dope at the dope? You wasn't dope.
I wasn't dope.
When was the first time you wrote something you was like, I figured it out. I'm dope.
I haven't yet. You know what I mean? I haven't.
For real, you don't think? I mean, like what you spit in the beginning, you still don't feel like that?
People tell me I'm dope. You feel me?
Yeah.
I feel like that. My ceiling.
Why do I feel? Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was like, I feel like my ceiling I haven't reached it yet. You know what I mean?
I don't think I've reached my ceiling, but I still know I'm dope.
Yeah, there's so many dope artists.
Oh no, it's some fucking killers up this bitch. Yeah, aliens up this bitch.
So
it will humble you. You see other motherfuckers, you be like, oh shit.
Yeah, so like with me,
but you still can say you diet. in my mind, I feel like I'm dope, but I still can say, yo, you dope. I can still say you dope.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, that don't take nothing away from me saying that I'm dope.
I still be at a point where, like, I'll write something and then I'll call, like, bro up, like, yo, listen to this. And then I'll be like, yo, did you catch that? Yo, you catch that? No, let me say that open. Did you see when I did this?
Right,
like, you know what I mean? Like,
you see the emphasis, you see what else?
Like you see the double entendre, the metaphors, you know what I mean? Remember,
that's because you love it, though, bro.
I'm breaking it down. Like, that's where my mind go. Like, yo, you understand this? Like,
you understand? To me, I think I don't know if you know you saying this to me. You're saying, do you see how dope I am?
Oh,
you ain't saying I'm dope, but you saying like, hold the fuck up, yo. I know, but no, hold on. Did you see this shit right here?
Yeah.
Unknowingly, I think you're saying you might not be saying you're dope, but I think when you go back, you breaking that shit down to people. I think you say I'm so dope. I think this shit went over your head.
Oh man, I guess so. I never thought about it like that. Like, yeah, so like when I write something, like most of my poetry, except for so what you just heard was like something I call a jitters piece. And I call it a jitters piece because when I go somewhere, I have like a series of poems that ain't about nothing. It's just barred up, you know. And I call them jitters piece because when I do a lot of traveling and performing, so when I go, I'm like, well, let me just do something to get the jitters off.
Okay.
So I just spit it like a bar. But like beyond the jitters selections, most of my poetry is just talking about what I've been through. You feel me? And I just try to find a creative way to do it. But I'm such a fan of this art.
There's some good motherfuckers in there.
That like when I write something, I don't be like, yo, this is dope. It be like, yo, like if I write a love piece, I'd be like, yo, hey bro, like, is this to your level? Like, cause Prince of Poetry is like one of the dopest love poets like in the country I've ever heard. Right. And so if I write a poem, I'm like, yo bro, is this to your level? Like, you know what I mean? Right. Not doing the same thing you're doing, but it's a love piece, and you are masterful at that.
Most definitely.
Like, you know what I mean? If I write an emotional piece, a healing piece, I'll be like, yo, is like K-Love, is this to your level? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, so it's like I'm trying to reach levels.
Most definitely. I understand
I'm trying to be masterful in my art, you know, and I'm trying to compare myself to the masters of the art. You feel me?
Right.
Like from performance, like when I step on stage, I be like, okay, I want to control the crowd like Abyss. You feel me? He have him eating out his hands, like,
he does.
And then he move them back, and like, and he said, stand up, sit down, walk around, turn around. They gonna do everything because he just hypnotized the crowd, like yo, Abyss. You know what I mean? It's like that one. Is that to your level? Like, I try to hit levels of artists that I know are masterful in their field. You feel me? And so that's kind of how I think. I don't be thinking like, oh, this is gonna be dope. I'll be like, yo, is this masterful? Is it to the level of my bro or my sis or this king, that queen? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. I see it differently though.
Talk to me.
All right, so break down what I'm saying. Challenge it. All right. Okay. When we talk, just challenge what the way I be looking at it when I'm on the scene. I understand what you're saying, but I be looking at my mind like, how can I master me? And master me, I will be the best me, and not even comparing myself to them no more. Cause it's like, if I can master this shit. Cause they not you, like I'm not you, bro. Like I ain't been through what Jeronimo been through. So I know that no matter what I do, I can't master you cause you and I'm me. So all I gotta do is just stay in that lane of me and I'll be masterful in my own lane. Well, so, am I tripping?
Well, no.
Okay,
so this is so you're right. You know what I mean, that is key. Mastery of self is key. You need to really understand who you are. You feel me? And that legitimizes your artistry. You feel me? So everything I write is from self. You feel me? But on an artistic level, I can't never be Prince of Poetry. I can never be K-Love. I can never be Abyss because Abyss is Abyss. Prince of Poetry is Prince of Poetry. But what I can do is on an artistic level,
I get you
in the sense of mastery.
I get you.
Yeah, so like they can never write what I write, and I can never write what they write. But you are Prince of Poetry. You are the dopest love poet I've ever seen, and And I just wrote this love poem that I went through in real life.
Right.
That I was in love.
Right.
And this queen, and so am I conveying it to a level of mastery?
I understand what you're saying. Honestly, my mindset thought it the wrong way the first time. I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
Everybody I saw that imitates, they
gone.
have a very short lifespan.
They gone.
They have a very short lifespan. Everybody who are like who I saw like.
Go ahead and say their names. I'm fucking with you. Don't say their name. Don't say their name. I'm fucking with you.
I mean, y'all would know who they is anyways.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you feel me?
They looking at you in your interview right now like I like the way he did that.
Yeah, they probably did. Yeah, so the
I get what you're saying, basically.
Yeah, so imitating.
It's almost like what you're saying, like, I get it because, like, I look at different things. Like, I've looked at James Brown or Sinbad and see, like, when he controlled the crowd, he do that. Now, I don't want to do what you do, but I wanted to understand the mechanics behind why you. I get what you're saying.
Exactly.
My mind thought of a different way.
Michael Jackson looked up to James Brown.
Mm-hmm.
You feel what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And Michael Jackson was a totally different artist than James Brown.
Right.
But Michael Jackson had to look at mastery, in order for him to become and it's vice versa. You pass it down. Somebody is looking at me and say, "Well, Jeronimo is. I don't want to be Jeronimo. You feel me?
Right,
I want to be Jeronimo, but I want to develop, get to a place where Jeronimo is at as far as mastering his skill level.
Most definitely.
And when you master, that's broad.
Most definitely.
Like you mastering your skill set. It looks different from me mastering my skill set.
Most definitely.
But it helps when you got somebody to
I agree with what you're saying. I understand. You basically saying the mechanics behind what they're doing, not trying to be like them.
Yeah,
I understand what you're saying.
Like,
and I definitely and we all do that.
Yeah,
knowingly or unknowingly, we all do it.
Yeah, you.
A bitch probably looked at somebody that before he got to the level he at and probably was like, oh, okay. He probably looking at Georgia Me thinking, oh, I like the way
Georgia Me. She's a powerful queen.
Most definitely.
I was in the room with Georgia Me one time, and I felt so much pressure under her presence. Like I was like, this a woman. Like like this queen is like a queen. Like like he was like, hey, like just Jeronimo. Like she's a powerful queen.
Most definitely.
So like, but and I'm sure it's a lot of queens that look at Georgia Me and be like, yo, queen, like you're masterful in your skill set.
Most definitely.
And I don't want to do what you do, but I want to reach that level of mastery.
Most definitely. Most definitely.
And so
basically, what you're saying is you got to know the greats to become one of the greats.
Yeah, you can.
You do. That's just the truth.
Yeah,
that's just the truth.
You got. I mean, Iron Shot. Like
unless you just got God-given gift, whereas those like you just special. You come out the gate, and that's. I don't know nobody like that.
Yeah, iron sharpens iron. You feel me? Like iron sharpens iron.
Yeah, and not just that. I feel like it's a collage because even whether you listen to DMX, Lauryn Hill, all these things you listen to, all these things are a part of you.
Yeah. I mean, DMX in a verses, he said when him in verses with Snoop Dogg, he told Snoop, he said, we was you came to the studio and when you left, you was like, get at me, dog. You know what I mean? And he said, I was like, what? Like he made a whole bro, get at me, dog. Like you know what I mean? Yeah. He said he took that
most from
Snoop, like the great Jay-Z, Biggie. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. A lot of Jay-Z's influences came off of Biggie Smalls. Like you know what I mean?
And
Nas.
You don't want to get in that debate.
No. I would say that Nas is definitely influenced Jay-Z style.
Yeah,
I will say that.
And I feel like Jay-Z influenced Nas going towards business more.
Yeah.
Lately.
Yeah, I would say that.
Yeah.
I would say
like,
that.
well, everybody influenced
Jay-Z influenced the game, the whole entire game. You feel me? You feel me? So you got like Nicki Minaj influenced by Lil Kim. Mm-hmm. You feel me? And Nicki Minaj, like she got a whole bunch of offspring from her. Mm-hmm. So it's like.
Each one teach one.
It's no top of the totem pole
right.
Because everybody got somebody who they look towards.
Most definitely.
To be like, I aim to be there. You know what I mean? Yeah. So yeah. So and that's I'm a student of the game first.
Can I ask you this? You say it's no top of the totem pole. I agree, but then my mind challenged my thought process and said, is it? Because there's some ill motherfuckers where it's like But here's the other thing: is like who I think might be the illest. You might be thinking, no, I seen something ill.
Well, I mean, you know what? If there is somebody who think they top of the totem pole, then I'm happy because that means they stop growing. I'm gonna shoot right
I
past
feel
them.
that.
Yeah.
I feel that.
Yeah,
I
you the
feel
best
that.
you're gonna ever be.
I feel that.
Thank you for having that
I feel
mind
that.
state.
I feel
Because,
that.
shoo,
I feel that.
you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's funny. So, what was your favorite subject in school?
History, Afro history.
Oh, okay, okay.
Was my first, and then math was my second.
Mm.
You know what I mean? I love